Hi, thank you for joining me. This is The Architecture of Minds Beyond Ours by Jason Gray. There is a quiet assumption embedded deep within human thinking that intelligence must look like us, build like us, think like us, and ultimately reveal itself in ways we can recognize. That assumption is the first limitation, because if intelligence evolves beyond survival, beyond language, beyond even the need for physical identity, then its creations would no longer resemble buildings. They would resemble reality itself. We look to the stars and imagine civilizations constructing massive rings around suns, harvesting energy through Dyson spheres, or building colossal machines that orbit galaxies. While these ideas, first proposed in concepts like the Dyson sphere, stretch our imagination, they may still be far too small, too human, too mechanical. We assume advanced intelligence would build bigger, but what if true advancement means building deeper? What if alien megastructures are not physical constructs at all, but dimensional architectures woven into the fabric of space, time, and perception itself? Structures that do not sit in the universe, but structures that write the universe. The shift from matter to mind. Human civilization builds outward. Steel, concrete, circuits, towers. Even our most advanced technologies still rely on external materials arranged in physical space, but a sufficiently advanced intelligence would eventually discover something we are only beginning to grasp. Matter is not fundamental. Observation is. At the quantum level, reality behaves less like a solid object and more like a responsive field, one that changes depending on how it is observed. This leads directly into the strange territory of quantum mechanics, where particles exist as probabilities until measured, and existence itself becomes conditional. Now imagine a civilization that has mastered this. Not just studied it, mastered it. They would not need to mine planets or forge metals. They would engineer probability. They would construct frameworks where reality collapses into specific outcomes by design. Their megastructures would not be made of matter. They would be made of controlled observation, the universe as a constructed field. There is a deeper possibility, one that begins to blur the line between science and something far more unsettling. What if the universe itself is a megastructure? Not created in the simplistic sense of being built, but configured. If intelligence can shape probability fields, then it can shape space-time itself. It can create environments where constants are tuned, laws are set, and entire systems emerge from underlying code-like behavior. This brings us dangerously close to ideas explored in simulation hypothesis, the notion that reality might not be a naturally occurring phenomenon, but a constructed one. But even that framing is still too crude, because a true megastructure of this level would not resemble a simulation as we understand it. It would not run on hardware. It would be the hardware. It would be self-generating, self-correcting, and indistinguishable from natural reality. You would not step inside it. You would be born within it. Megastructures of time. We tend to think of structures as things that occupy space, but what if the most advanced civilizations learn to build within time? Not just travel through it, but shape it. A temporal megastructure would not be visible as an object. Instead, it would manifest as patterns, recurring sequences, loops, echoes, anomalies, and causality. Moments that feel like they have happened before, events that align too perfectly, histories that do not quite add up. If time itself can be folded, layered, or repeated, then entire civilizations could exist not across space, but across timelines. Their structures would be cycles. Their architecture would be recurrence. Their signature would be déjà vu. The silence problem. If alien megastructures exist at this level, it would explain one of the greatest mysteries in modern science: why we see nothing. This question is often framed through the Fermi paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the complete lack of observable evidence, but the paradox assumes something critical, that advanced civilization would remain visible. What if invisibility is the end state of intelligence? I've heard this theory before, and I believe in it. Not because they are hiding, but because they have evolved beyond detection, beyond form, beyond the need to signal. A being that can manipulate reality does not need to broadcast its existence. It simply becomes the environment, the frame you never questioned. The search for alien megastructures has always been framed as a search for something massive, distant, and unmistakably artificial, but the truth may be far more subtle and far more profound. The most advanced structures would not announce themselves. They would appear as objects against the backdrop of space. They would not appear as objects against the backdrop of space. They would be the backdrop, seamless, total, invisible to those who expect something else. And the most unsettling possibility of all, we may never find them because we were never meant to, or worse, because we already have and called it reality. Jason Gray. Hashtag Winnipeg, hashtag Manitoba, hashtag Canada. There's a lot in this one to think on, and trying to think if I have thoughts to add to this. Not at this time. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.